And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicola. I'm a mum of 2 and I make lifestyle videos. And today I thought, well, I wanted to film something that may be helpful, I suppose. I don't want to come on and talk all about coronavirus because I think probably you and I have probably seen enough and get it from every which way, you know, wherever you look, wherever you turn, it's all everyone's talking about. It's all that's going on social media and in the media and at work, and no matter where you are, who you're with, it's the main topic of discussion, and I think will be for many months to come. But I was thinking about people that are currently out of work because of the situation, or will imminently be out of work because of the situation, and people who are going to be at home more because of things that are going on. So and I thought back to my own experience and how I have coped in times when I have been out of work. I was made redundant, well, took redundancy 5 years ago, I think 4 years ago, and I went from working full-time with a good salary and bonuses and all sorts to working 2 days a week as a freelancer, and then after that just 18 hours a week in a part-time role. And I very quickly found myself needing to somehow make extra money, and that's how all of this happened. I think there are things that I can share in ways that I was able to make a little bit of extra money while I was at home more. And whilst not all of these things that I'm going to tell you about you'll be able to do while the coronavirus situation is happening, there are things that you will. And sometimes you may need to prepare for a new career. And when we're at home and we're forced to be in one place, sometimes you can actually use that time efficiently to prepare yourself for what might happen in the future. And that's sort of what I did when I was at home more. So I thought to myself I wanted to start a blog. So this would be my number one idea, or way in which you could prepare or think about how you could earn some extra money. And starting a blog or a YouTube channel is certainly an option. If you like to write, if you have things that you want to share, if you have a career where you might be able to share information that people might find useful at the moment. I know there are lots of teachers that have blog posts that have blogs, that will share information and classes and lessons and things like that. Now, you're not going to charge people for that blog, but you make your money through affiliate links and advertising. And very quickly, at times when people need information, you can not only be helpful to other people, but also helpful to yourself by making an extra source of income. It's not going to make you loads of money. It's not going to make you money straight away, but every little thing I think helps. And that's what I did. I started a blog and started making a little bit of money through that. And then I started this YouTube channel, which doesn't make me any money, not yet. One day maybe, but these things take time. Now, I because I work full time, I can only do 1, sometimes 2 videos a week. But if you're at home full time and you're not doing anything else, then you could make 5 videos a week, and that would very quickly grow if you are the sort of person that people want to watch. So yeah, things like that will allow you to start something different, keep you busy, keep you other people entertained, allow you to engage with people when you're stuck at home, not really able to do much else. If you've got a computer, you don't need a fancy camera to make a YouTube channel. There's a lovely lady called Rosie Henshaw. I will link her channel below if you haven't seen her, but she does all her YouTube videos on her phone. She doesn't know how to edit, so she doesn't edit them, and she just puts them up, and people love her. She does crafty things, so if you're a crafty person, you could do making things on ideas that you could think, ideas of things that people could do with the children while they're stuck at home. There's so many things you can do that can help other people, but also create some sort of business for yourself. So that would be my first tip, would be start a blog or a YouTube channel or something whereby you can give your knowledge to other people and help them as well as helping yourself. So number 2 would be earning money through surveys. Now, there are some sites that are not really worth bothering with. And I have done a lot of research on good sites for doing surveys. I've done surveys before and you earn like 3p or something, and I wouldn't bother with those. But I will link below the three sites, two are better than one of them, but I'll link all three below, where I have earned fairly decent money by doing online surveys. And I still do them every now and then. If I'm having a quick cup of tea and a 15-minute break, I might nip on and see if there's one to do. So I can earn anything from 25p for a short 3-minute survey to £10 for a longer one. And there's things, sometimes I will sit in an evening and take a few hours out and just sit and plough through some, and they're actually really fun to do. Now, the three sites that I use, the first one they're okay, but I don't use them a lot because they don't pay out very much, and it takes a while to find a survey that is applicable to you. But that's called Crowdology, and I'll link them below, and they're just very quick market research type surveys, and I've earned a fair bit. I think I've earned about £20 or so by doing those surveys every now and then, but I don't do them very often. The next one is called Prolific, and those ones are actually a lot better. They actually pull out surveys that you have to fill out a load of information about yourself and things that you like and dislike and your job and all that sort of stuff, and then they will send you surveys that are applicable to you. So when there are some there, you can choose to do them and you will be accepted straight away, so you don't have to go through a screening process, if you like. So I like that because I know, oh, there's 4 surveys there, and I look and see how long they're going to take, how much they'll pay me, and then I'll pick the one that I've got time to do, or the one that pays the most, or I'll do all of them if I've got time to do all of them. So they're really good ways of just, if you've got a bit of spare time in your day, to sit down and just plough through some surveys. Most of them are from like universities that have got research projects and things like that. A lot of them are advertising type ones, so they ask you to watch an advert and then give your opinion. There are all sorts of different ones, and I usually really enjoy them. And I think, I don't know, over time, I did them quite religiously when I first lost my job, and then when I went back to work I sort of didn't do them as much, and I don't do them as much now, but every now and then I go in and I have a little splurge and I do a few. And I think over the time I've been doing it, I've earned probably about £200. Now, in the first, I think, month I earned, when I was doing it religiously, I earned about £80. So, it's not ridiculous, it's not pocket money, it's good money that you can earn, and in your spare time. So I would thoroughly recommend Prolific, and I will leave the link down below for them. And the third one is a website called User Testing. Now, this one is slightly different. You have to be accepted onto the website. You have to go on and do a little test to see if you're good enough. And it's quite an easy test. You go on and they basically give you a sample project to do. So I think it's like a lot of them are testing people's websites, so going along, and you have to record your voice. So if you're a little nervous and you don't like being recorded and things like that, then it might not be for you, but I don't mind it. And you just go onto the screen and you talk about what you see. So you have to be like talking. Clearly, I have no problem with that. So you basically have to talk about what you're doing. So you might have, I don't know, at the Amazon site, let's just say you have Amazon and they say, right, we want you to look for this product, go and find it, tell us the process that you go through out loud as you're doing it to find that product, and tell us how you found the website and how good it was or what you think of it. And it's just giving your opinions, and they're really good fun to do. And actually each one of those, the standard ones, pay out $10. So that's an American site and they pay out $10 per survey that you do, and they usually last about 20 minutes. And I have done a fair few of those over the last couple of years, and the best thing about that one is that as soon as you've done it and your recording has been uploaded and accepted, you get the payment into your PayPal account. So you set up a PayPal and they pay you directly straight away. So you just see it's about £7, isn't it, go into your account, and you can keep it's on PayPal, so you can keep it in there, so you can save it and then transfer it to your bank account whenever you like. And I really like doing that way. The other sites, you have to save up a certain amount and then you can pay out when you want to. You can either pay it all out or bit at a time. So I try to save up, when I've been doing like the Prolific one, I've tried to save up at least £50, and then I'll take it out if I need it. If I don't need it, I'll keep adding it in and then eventually take out a lump sum. We did it, I think the first year I saved and saved, I did about £100, and then I used that to buy some Christmas presents for the children. So it's just nice, you know, if you need it more regularly, then you can take it out when you need it. But I think you have to have earned £5 before you can start taking any money out. And I think Crowdology is the same, might be £5, £10, I can't remember. But both of those are paid in that way, whereas the user testing is paid directly into your PayPal account. And with the user testing, you also have to be screened for the test that you take. So you will go onto your dashboard and there will be hundreds of tests that are sent to you, and then you go on and it says take a screener, and you can do, and it'll ask you a few questions about you, and if you're applicable for that test, it will say yes, you've been accepted and you can do it. If you're not, it'll just say no, you haven't been accepted. So yeah, if you've got a bit of free time on your hands now that you're stuck at home, then it's worth giving those things a go and trying them out and starting building up your little account. As I say, user testing is a little bit more difficult because you have to be accepted, but the others you can just go on and start pretty much straight away. And I know a few other people who I have met through the blogging world are also doing Prolific at the moment, so I would thoroughly recommend that one particularly. The third thing I wanted to talk about was Avon. So if you watch my videos for a while, you will know that I am an Avon representative, and that started again when I was made redundant and was at home more. And I actually was at home thinking about how I was going to make some more money, and two ladies just happened to turn up at my door and say, we're Avon reps and we're looking for more reps, would you be interested? I was like, come on in, yes I would. And I started doing Avon then. Now it is as big or as small as you want it to be. Avon, I have steered clear of sort of selling products like Tropic and Herbalife and things like that, and I know people who've done that in the past, but I think there's a lot of negative press when it comes to that. Avon is a lot simpler, it's a lot more straightforward. You pay a very small admin fee to set yourself up as a rep. You can become a supervisor and have reps working for you if you want to take it further. If you don't, and I don't, you can just run your own little business and just do it for yourself and do it as it suits you. The campaigns happen every 3 weeks. You have to purchase the books. There's order forms and bags and things like that, which are all fairly cheap, but you purchase those yourself. So that comes out of your earnings. And then obviously you put those books out to, and when I started you had to have certain roads. So there was only certain roads that you were given, and you could market those roads. Nowadays you can send your books out wherever you like. And you can just pick a road and go and try it, put your books through the letterboxes. I know the first time I did it, I thought, no one's going to buy anything. It's going to be really rubbish. No one will want to buy anything from me. I put a little slip in there explaining who I was, and you know, I did it around my little local estates. I was like, this is who I am. You know, I live at number whatever, and I wasn't expecting to get anything. And I got loads. I got loads of orders. And the best thing about it, I mean, yes, it's great because I make a bit of money, but the best thing about it is I've got to know some of my neighbours. And I mean, we hadn't lived here for long when I started doing Avon. We'd been here about 4 or 5 months, and I didn't know anybody. And now I know loads of people who live locally, who live out and about where I live, and other people in local roads, and it's just been really lovely getting to know people. I've been doing it for 4 years now, and I don't canvas for new customers because now I'm working full-time. You know, every campaign I think, oh, maybe I'll make this my last one. I don't need to do it anymore. I'm working full-time, I'm busy. It's difficult trying to fit it in sometimes, and it takes over some weekends. But then when I take my deliveries out and I see the lovely ladies that buy the products, I think, oh, I don't want to give it up. I like them, I like seeing them, I like going to say hello, and everybody's so lovely. So I've kept it going. And I think I give out about 25 to 30 brochures every 3 weeks, and I always get a good amount of orders. I don't think I've ever not achieved my minimum target. So you have a target by which you have to achieve of sales to get a discount. So basically you order the product, they come to you, you get the money in from the customers, they pay full price, and you pay a lesser price. So you get the products at 20% discount, up to a certain amount, and if you get a bigger order you get a 25% discount. So obviously you can make quite a bit. The bigger order you get, the more money you're going to make. And if you've got lots of time on your hands, then you can get out and get books out all over the place. So so yeah, I would thoroughly recommend Avon. You have to be careful about the money that you're bringing in, that you don't end up spending it on products for yourself, because that can be quite tempting when you're looking through the, oh, I like that and I like that, and then you end up at the end of it thinking, well, where is my profit? I haven't got anything, and then you forget that you bought a load of products for yourself. So only buy things that you really need, that are cheaper than perhaps you would have got in the shops or are more convenient to get. Otherwise you'll end up spending all your profit. But I make between 50 and £100 probably every campaign with Avon, so, and that's without a huge amount of effort. I can do that alongside my full-time job quite easily. If you're looking for a new lane, or you know, something to supplement your income, or to give you a little bit of income while you're not earning anything in your main job, then Avon's a good way to go. There are obviously loads of other ways in which you could make extra money when you have more time at home, whether it's because of the current situation or because you've made made redundant or you're out of work. But I only wanted to talk about the things that I have tried and tested and found useful. There is another one, which is matched betting. I'm going to put a link below to Freya Farrington's channel or video. She did a video all about matched betting. It's not for everybody. It's not something you could do at the moment, because obviously there's nothing to bet on, because there's no football and no horse racing and things like that. It is something I tried, very short term. I did it for a couple of days and I did make money doing it. It's not gambling in the fact that you're not risking any money, because her video will explain it all, but you basically bet on a win and a lose, and you use free bets that you get from signing up to companies like Coral and Ladbrokes and things like that. So when you sign up to their websites, they give you free bets, and you use that to bet on a win and a lose. And there's a special site that you go onto for match betting that gives you special odds, and it's very complicated, and if you've got a mathematical brain, you might find it interesting to do and worthwhile trying. But again, there's not a lot to bet on at the moment, so you know, and it's not for everybody. Not everyone will agree with it, so I'm not going to talk much more about it. I will link her video below if you want to check it out and find out more information about match betting. But you can make quite a considerable amount of money doing that if it's your sort of thing. As I say, I did try it, I did make a bit of money, but Andrew and I had differing opinions about whether I should be doing it or not. So to avoid any sort of fallout, I decided to stop. But it is something I would consider doing again in the future. So yeah, I hope this video has been a bit helpful and given you some ideas of things that, you know, maybe could keep you busy during this period of very crazy, weird social isolation. And, you know, some ideas of maybe how you can make a bit of money while you're not earning any. I hope everyone's okay. I hope everyone is trying to stay chipper and positive. It's a difficult time, so sending my love to everybody, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.